What's going on, PTSM? I hope that you guys are having a great week so far. Here is your message recap from this last Sunday. We were in our final week of AI, artificial identity, where we talked about how what God thinks about me is the most important thing about me. And we really kind of answered two questions on Sunday. And it's really, why should I care most about what God thinks about me compared to everyone else? Like, why should I care more about what God thinks about me than my friends, my parents, a boyfriend or a girlfriend or things like that? And so we had that conversation. We also talked a little bit about what does God think about me through McKinley getting to share her story of walking through this question and some of the things that have really stuck out to her, and that she reminds herself, hey, this is a truth that I know that God thinks about me as well. And so for that first part, why should I care most about what God thinks about me? First of all, because he's God. Like, without him, none of this would be here. We wouldn't be here. Our friends wouldn't be here. The things that we enjoy and we love wouldn't be here. And so first and foremost, like, we have God to thank just for existing, just for being here, and for being in control. And so because God is God, we should care most about what he has to say. We talked through a passage in Revelation where we see this imagery that at some point in time, every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Kind of going through a passage in Revelation that talks about how he is the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega, really elevating just the power, the authority, and really the kingship that Jesus and God really has. And so it really put things into perspective, man. Are we seeking the approval of the ones who at some point in time will be bowing down and proclaiming that Jesus Christ is Lord? And so are we seeking the approval of the ones who are kneeling, or the one that they're kneeling to? And so hopefully we're able to put that in a little bit of perspective, and then talking about how God sees us as his masterpiece, as pure, and all of these different things that McKinley walked through in her testimony and sharing part of her story in that as well. And so my hope for this is we really would help be able to understand why we should care most about what God thinks about me, and then just begin to scratch the surface a little bit. Like, hey, here are some of the things that God thinks about you. And we're going to be diving deeper into that part during home group. What does God think about me? And what are some of the challenges that we face in our life and in our world today that keep us from fully believing what God has to say about me? And so I hope that these conversations are fruitful. I hope that they are freeing. And I hope that you all learn a little bit more about what God thinks about you as his child, as his son, as his daughter, someone who he loves and cares so deeply about.